All right, let's talk about a true titan of Italian history, the magnificent Bologna Citadel. Seriously, this medieval fortress has been standing for centuries, and its story is just, well, it's absolutely fascinating. So let's dive right in. And what a story it is. Because get this is not just any old castle. It's a place that actually inspired Renaissance masters. We're talking Leonardo da Vinci, and you've probably seen it yourself. It's been featured in the epic series Game of Thrones. So to really get a feel for this landmark, we're going to go on a little virtual tour. First, we'll get a handle on what makes it so iconic. Then we'll dig into why it was built for power before we step inside its incredible Gothic walls. After that, we'll uncover the treasures it protects, and finally, we'll look at its incredible, lasting cultural legacy. Okay, let's kick off our journey. What exactly is it that makes this place such a huge cultural landmark? Well, from the very first stone that was laid, the citadel was never meant to be subtle. It was built way back in the 12th century by one of the most powerful guys of his time, the Holy Roman Emperor Frederick II. And he built it as a clear, unmistakable symbol of his absolute power over the whole region. And that raw ambition really gets to the strategic heart of the fortress. It makes you wonder, right? Why go to all the trouble of building something so massive way up on a hill? The answer is in its very name. See, the whole purpose of a citadel has always been a two-for-one deal. Perched high above Bologna, it could obviously protect the city below, but maybe even more importantly, it could dominate it. Every single street, every person, all under the fortress's watchful eye. It was the ultimate statement of who's in control. And its importance has lasted for nearly 1,000 years. It was founded in the 12th century, its famous Gothic style got locked in over the next couple hundred years, and its significance is still so profound that it earned a UNESCO World Heritage designation in the year 2000. All right, now for the fun part. Let's step inside those famous walls and really explore the architectural marvels that make this fortress one of a kind. So what makes its architecture so special is that it's this incredible fusion. It's not just one style, it's two. You've got the older Romanesque style, which is all about thick, sturdy walls and simple rounded arches. I mean, it's built for pure strength. But then, mixed right in with that is the soaring ambition of Gothic design. We're talking towering heights, fancy details, and those sharp, pointed arches that just seem to reach for the sky. It's this mix of raw power and elegant art that just makes it unforgettable. And you can feel that history in every single step you take. You see these massive, imposing stone walls that go all the way back to the 12th century. You look up at all the different towers, each one built for defense. And then, of course, there's the most famous one of all, the Piazza della Libertà Tower, which has these absolutely staggering views of Bologna and the countryside. But we've only been looking at the structure itself. Let's go even deeper. The Citadel isn't some empty shell. It's actually home to a museum that protects centuries of incredible stories. You know, walking through the museum is kind of like peeling back the layers of time. First, you get to uncover these priceless historical artifacts from its heyday. Then you dig a little deeper and you can examine archaeological finds that were unearthed right there on the spot. And finally, you get a real taste of what daily life was like by admiring this incredible collection of medieval furniture. And the collection is just astounding. We're talking about everything from medieval art and sculptures to ancient coins and pottery that tell the story of the people who actually lived here. You can literally stand in front of polished suits of armor and these ornate royal carriages. It's a true time capsule. So all of this history brings us to a really important shift. How in the world did this fortress, this medieval stronghold, manage to transform into the modern cultural icon it is today? Well, a huge moment was getting that global recognition. See, being named a UNESCO World Heritage Site is way more than just an award. It's the world officially saying that the Bologna Citadel has outstanding universal value and that it belongs to all of us. And you know what? People get it. With over 200,000 visitors flocking here every single year, this is no dusty relic. It's one of the most popular, most beloved tourist attractions in all of Italy, pulling in travelers from all over the globe. You know, UNESCO's own words might just sum it up the best. They called it one of the most important examples of medieval architecture in Italy. It's not just a building, it's a living, breathing showcase of the country's amazing history and art. And its influence just keeps echoing through time. Maybe it was the Citadel's clever engineering or just its sheer ambition that inspired minds like Michelangelo and Da Vinci. And that same power still captures our imagination today, showing up in the best-selling novel The Da Vinci Code and even serving as a backdrop in the world of Game of Thrones. All of which kind of leaves us with one final fascinating question to think about. The Bologna Citadel was born from conflict. It was a symbol of power, a fortress built for defense and control. So how does a building of war transform over centuries to become a cherished, protected, global symbol of culture? That evolution, well, that might be its greatest story of all.